Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's your brother Bolo via Narra in this space again. Welcome to the platform. Today, I don't really have much time, because all the thing are going on and all the nice around, so I go full blast with my box right there, so we can hear the conversation and also get to look on the information that I will be disseminating today. I'm telling you, this morning I had a powerful live stream on on TikTok, and it is what motivated this live stream, because I was just innocently perusing some information, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, once I find it, repetition is what is important in learning. So let me start by playing this clip here. Let me find it real quick. God's got me covered. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Odin, how you doing, my darling? Sharonette, how you doing? Lorna, big up. Sharonette, hey, Odin did up on the live this morning. Odin, what a powerful live on TikTok this morning. But my side, don't forget to hit the like button, please. Right up here, so thumbs up button, yeah, somewhere up here, so don't forget to hit it. All right, double tap the middle of the screen and you see my finger. Where you see my finger? Where you see my hand? Double tap the middle of the screen right here, so that's how you hit the like button. Jacinto, you're doing good. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Powerful live stream this morning on TikTok, guys. I'm telling you, it was like something was some force was over me from the heavens. When I burn up. Trust me. When I flow, man. And then the evidence, oh my God. So we're seeking to replicate that right now. That's what we're about right now. Because I have to bring it on YouTube.
What's the problem?
Had to bring it on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. It was too important of a conversation. You understand? Yeah, man. For real, man. All right, so I could go back right here, so. Right here, so.
And then it is also asking that we delegate to the authority and the minister the power to also make laws.
That is hold on. That is the part that I wanted to hear. The powers to make law.
Listen to this.
MP Buchanan, good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening. How are you doing?
We have
good evening to your listener.
Yeah, man, blessed.
Economist.
Yeah, man, blessed.
Yes.
Now, MP, you made your presentation in the debate thus far.
That is so.
What are some of the critical points that you are most concerned about?
The most important part is that the entire bill excludes the people of Jamaica. Not even one line in the legislation includes or contemplates the human aspect, the human element. So there's nothing to say that provisions are being made to ensure that the vulnerable, the disabled, the elderly, the young will be priority, or rebuilding for the poor. Nothing. That's a fact.
Jamaica, how do we have a response? How do we have a response to a hurricane that destroyed half of Jamaica, destroyed our food, everything? The people them lose them house. This is where the bread basket of the country. How does that happen? And you have a bill, you have a recovery strategy in place that does not involve the people in it in language. It never mention the people, specifically the poor, the most vulnerable. What's up, Killer Gaming? That in itself is a red flag that should have this bill thrown out in terms of the public, in terms of us having interest in what is going on in government and in parliament. We should look at this bill and go, no, man. No, man. That alone, right there, so I'm going to play it back. It's too important. No, man, I'll tell you. This was incredible. Coming from Isaac Buchanan, a man coming from Isaac Buchanan that is not a man that, you know, he doesn't overreact. He doesn't exaggerate. So when you hear him say that, it's bad Jamaica. Let's listen again.
To make law.
Listen again.
MP Buchanan, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
We have
good evening to your listener.
Yeah, man, blessed.
Economist class.
Yeah, man, blessed.
Yes.
Now, MP, you made your presentation in the debate thus far.
That is so.
What are some of the critical points that you are most concerned about?
The most important part is that the entire bill excludes the people of Jamaica. Not even one line in the legislation includes or contemplates the human aspect, the human element. So there's nothing to say that provisions are being made to ensure that the vulnerable, the disabled, the elderly, the young will be priority, or rebuilding for the poor, nothing. That's the first thing. The second thing is it does define resilience, and it says resilience generally. A simple thing that is problematic is that it is allowing the Prime Minister to be the King of Jamaica. He will be...
Orville, how you doing? Merle, how you doing? It is allowing the Prime Minister to be the King of Jamaica. Again, Isaac Buchanan does not exaggerate. Coming from Isaac Buchanan, that's dangerous. Take sleep mark that Jamaica. Let's continue.
The ultimate lawmaker. He will have the power to appoint a board, pay the board.
That's what I tell you, say, yo.
Ultimate lawmaker. Can you imagine?
Any sums of money that comes into the authority.
Mighty God.
Without maker, he will have the power to appoint a board, pay the board, any sums of money that comes into the authority. Without question. He will also be allowed to send people to prison if you share documents, if you try to issue documents through access to information, you will be fined or sent to prison. That's the Secrecy Act. And that's the secrecy aspect of the legislation. And then on the other end,
what happened? Whoa. What is happening here? What is this? Hold on, the Jamaica. Devil is a liar. You hear what he said about the Secrecy Act? Nobody can share any documents about this bill, this country, you know. This Narra thing, you know. Yeah, if you're sharing the documents, prison time, what can go so? Beer secrecy, where's that? Who names up? No, nobody can get no documents. No, and it's so detailed. If the man them buy 10,000 bag of cement, you can't get the details about how much the 10,000 bag of cement costs. Them simple something there, everything black. Make that make sense. Why would you want to hide that type of information? Unless some type of skullduggery I come with. People like up the live and share up the live here, man. Like up the live and share up the like. I don't know why this box decide say, yo, it a go AY upon me right now. Oh yeah, come on back. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I definitely can't do this alive without it, because appear nice over there. Inside and above.
That's the Secrecy Act. And that's the Secrecy Act, you will be allowed to send people to prison if you share documents. If you try to issue documents to access to information.
No whistleblower around here.
You will be fined
yeah.
and sent to prison.
Prison for you. If you see nothing wrong I go on, and you go talk, prison.
On the other end,
yeah, and that me I tell you. No, look at joke Jamaica. It's serious. A straight prison you go. If you there in a Narra and see nothing wrong I go on in a Narra, and you talk about say I go leak it to the public, prison. Prison you go. And when anybody got court, we have to go pay the bill. And if he state decide to charge them, and we have to pay the state, we the taxpayer. Make that make sense? What the hell can go so?
The board
Yeah, there
or
we go.
nothing. That's the first thing. The second thing is it doesn't find resilience, and it says resilience generally. A simple thing that is problematic is that it is allowing the Prime Minister to be the King of Jamaica. He will be the ultimate lawmaker. He will have the power to appoint a board, pay the board any sums of money that comes into the authority without question. He will also be allowed to send people to prison if you share documents, if you try to issue documents through access to information. You will be fined or sent to prison.
So there's something called the Access to Information Act. Mr. Will Rattigan usually uses it to get information about what the government is doing. As a citizen of the country, you have access to do so, ladies and gentlemen. You understand what I'm saying? And look at this. May I show you just how serious this Narra bill is. Civil society is active right now. No? Right? There's a Zoom meeting here. When is this? 7 p.m. tonight. There's a Zoom meeting here, 7 p.m. tonight. This is the JAMP, the Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal, that has a Zoom meeting tonight. I don't know if you can join the Zoom meeting. Well, the reason why they put it up almost because you can join if you go listen. But it's the Kiwanis Club of Kingston. I don't know if the PMP is going to be there or on the Zoom, but ladies and gentlemen, JAMP, understanding the Narra bill. So they are going to, they see it very important to inform the public of how dangerous this bill is, Samuel Powell. That is what they might do to show you how, I'm telling you, this is untenable, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Onis gave himself the power of a king, and there's no king in Jamaica outside of the king where they have England. And that's why them vex, the meals get touched. You understand? And the powers, right? But let's continue. I don't want to talk about that right now.
That's the Secrecy Act. And that's the secrecy aspect of the legislation. And then on the other end, the authority and the employees of the authorities will be indemnified if, for instance, they end up before the court. All they have to say is, I did this in good faith, or I did what the Prime Minister told me to do, and then taxpayers will have to pay the fees. Usually in the criminal court, parish court, because that's where the authority would be going. It's a fine or time system. So a judge will say, pay $5 million or 2 years in jail. They are indemnified. It would mean that the taxpayers would have to pay the fine.
Okay.
So nothing can happen. No matter if they rob the entire $500 billion, nothing.
So here's the trick. In the schedule, because I know the learned King's Council would have spoken about making law, but in the very act, you go to the back of the schedule, there was an issue because all the time in the act it's saying the minister can do that. Then you go in the schedule, it says the Prime Minister can fire the CEO or the CEO can resign. Now imagine you hire your brethren, Shaka, and him take all of the money and then resign and gone.
Jamaica, that is a potential, that is a possibility, you know. They're laughing about it, you know. What that is a possibility, you know. Let's continue.
You want the Prime Minister saying, listen, the man resigned. What you want me
to do? So he's explaining to you jokingly a loophole in the whole Narra bill, you know. Just imagine that. All of the money gone one time. I said, but what you want me to do? The man gone with the money, but it's not my fault. What you mean it's not your fault? If we even lay the blame game, you put it in a law. So it's legal theft. It's legal stealing. It's legal criminality. No apology, Jamaica. Brawling. You remember
this big inquiry and Auditor General and everybody come in and you say...
So I might explain the process after which what would happen if that should happen. So now this is where after the fact now the Auditor General come in, you know. Listening up.
Parish Council, why you give it all of the land? They say, but I don't mean. The step in order take it away. No, the step in order take it away.
So the step in order powers, I will allow them to have the loophole now to say, no, but I don't mean, brother. I step in order, why me they have to do that? I was forced to, I never had any choice. Let's continue.
They say, what happened, Nepo? Stepping on my head, bossy. I know me. What happened, MLA?
So every single agency that is responsible now, if we say stop this, they can point to the stepping order and say, Brethren, my hands were tied. I was put under the ocean, tied to an anchor, mouth gagged, my hand behind my back. I couldn't do nothing. I drowned. You understand? Because of the stepping order.
I'm stepping on my head, I know me. Them stepping on my head, I know me. And then in the reverse, the Prime Minister now, if it is that the man robbed up the $5 billion that...
MP?
If it is that him rob up the $5 billion, the Prime Minister cannot be held liable neither. Cannot be held liable.
Is this the worst bill that has ever been presented in the Jamaican Parliament, really?
Yeah,
have you ever heard anything like this?
Nothing like this. You ever said 28 civil society groups said this can't work.
Yeah.
They were silent for a long time and then come out against us because them should have make submission to the man them, and when they meet up in the Parliament, all of the things them with them say were ignored.
You hear that?
Uncle Jude.
So the civil society groups were quiet, you know, they were behind the scenes recommending things to the People's National Party in terms of the billing and what they sign, you know. And the man them ignore everything Jamaica. They don't listen. Them a dictator, them no business. Celine, how you doing? You know much genuine, serious concerns. And you see, them want to use politics as a thing, but it cannot be politics, you know. Because the civil society group, them come out and have the same concerns them with the People's National Party I talk about. So them can't use say, oh, them just play politics and because them lose September 3rd. Rubbish. Rubbish. You understand? And we, every single Jamaican have got pay that they bill there. When them the money they use up. Every last one on pitney, it's still a pay for same way because of trillions of dollars in an interest. Interest of a pay on it in Jamaica. Alright? Let's be clear. So, no, YouTube. Trust me, at one time when I hit the like button. You see right up here, sir? Yeah, man, you see right up here, sir? As a matter of fact, do this swimming up, people. We need 70 likes over Bolo VNR. I need 30 likes over Bolo VNR 2.0. No, it can't work. Double tap the screen for me, guys. Double tap the screen for me. Everybody, do this. Right now on the screen. You see your phone screen? Just do this on the middle of the phone screen. Right where you see my hand there? That's all you have to do 2 times, and that's how you hit the like button. So we need everybody to double tap the screen and get the likes up to 70 likes right now. Let's go, guys. If you're on your computer, it's easier. Click that thumbs up symbol with your mouse. If you're using your phone, just do it like this. I know some people don't know how to do it here, so like this. So I'm going to teach you. You're going to learn today. Double tap the screen like this, ladies and gentlemen. It helps the video to go out. Don't be selfish. This information and this reasoning, somebody else needs to hear it. So even if them don't come right now, them can come watch the replay. And only can share it with other people so they can become educated as well. You feel what I deal with? Because we're not over here, so I talk no nonsense. Let's continue.
You know you have bigger man for me. Have you ever heard anything?
Georgia, what's up? Thank God. Hey, the man said when him hear Isaac attack a while ago, him toenail tremble. Can you imagine?
He's back. He's back.
Yeah, sorry about that. The audio went out.
Yes, so you're back. Hold on, Judah. Continue, MP.
Yeah, so I was saying that all of these things are embedded in the legislation, and then there's a problem with the definition of resilience. As I said, the Prime Minister has a vision to build a nice, big, pretty parliament. Now, if you know anything about the land surrounding, you have Fletcher's land on one side, you have Jonestown on the other side. Narra would give him the power to move all the people on Jonestown and send them to St. Thomas, use that land, extend, and you can't do nothing. Of importance. Hold on, I don't want, let me just say this. Let me just say this one thing.
Yeah.
Now, there's this big thing going on with the Portland bypass and a whole heap of millions of US dollars to build it.
Yes.
The Prime Minister would have the power to say, not really go on to Portland, stop it and give me the money over there, so, because we have built the parliament. Anywhere in Jamaica, he can stop monies everywhere and just build what he wants to build.
I want you to go back to the parliament building because it's that he want to build.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
This is one you're not just talking.
No, I'm telling you this. If the Narra, if not, quote me on this, if the Narra passes in its current form, the mic them are nice in the parliament are gonna nice and the rest of Jamaica not now built till parliament bill.
Wow.
And it's gonna be the Andrew Holness bill. Narra.
Wow.
You don't ask somebody.
Said with the powers.
So basically, Andrew, it appears as if he's planning to build a castle. Because he, it's about him being king. So he's planning to build a castle. And the castle would be his vision of this grand parliament building. Not building houses for the people them we actually lose everything, but building a building for the parliamentary and them sit down in a. So it would be the space, the monument of Andrew Holness's rule and in family forever, ever, ever. I wonder if that's the vision. I'm just asking.
King unto himself.
Yes.
Him can move Fletcher's land people them.
To St. Thomas. And the road nice. No excuses.
But MP.
Yeah.
I know you're new to the parliament, but have you ever heard of a bill like this coming to the Jamaican parliament before?
Well, you know anything about NITS and its absurdity and unconstitutionality?
Yep.
Yeah, but this works
All right.
to
No,
me.
I'm just saying, when I don't want people, first of all, I must tell you this, I'm not opposed to Narra, I'm opposed to the bill in its current form. Very dangerous. You see through me read law, you can't trick me, you can't just put on clothes on a bill with all of the corruption embedded in it and we allow it to pass. And in my presentation, I said, listen, there are legislators senior to me and I'm calling on them to back me. And the learned King's Counsel, Malahoo Ford, she did that. There's an integrity and functionality.
Big up yourself, Carla Williams. Blessings to you as well. Georgia Spence, blessings. Rose, blessings. Big up everybody on the live. Yeah, man, wanna smash up the like button for me, the people, please and thanks.
Aspect of legislation, it must work. No one is fighting the Prime Minister about this bill. Jamaica needs it. What you're going to get fight on is when you leave a possibility for corruption to run rampant and accountability gap that is so wide, that it is dangerous beyond, never seen before as you asked. This would be a first.
Jamaica, may I go play that again? The man said we don't have a problem with a Narra bill, but the bill in its current form, what it does, that are the problem where they have. Listening up.
Integrity and functionality aspect of legislation, it must work. No one is fighting the Prime Minister about this bill. Jamaica needs it.
Yes.
What you're going to get fight on is when you leave a possibility for corruption to run rampant, an accountability gap that is so wide that it is dangerous beyond, never seen before as you asked.
Wow.
This would be a first.
Wow.
No, I agree with him 100%. I mean, it's clear for all to see.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I was talking to Carl Narcisse today. She said it is bare face.
But
Carl Narcisse? Who is Carl Narcisse? Almost one of the civil society group people. She says it's bare face? Wow. That's crazy. No, sir.
Yes.
You presented, Mark Golden did, Peter Bunty did, Damian Crawford did. Tell me if I am wrong, because if I had a chance to say something on this bill,
Yes.
Carla said it earlier, that this bill, if this bill passed, it would be the end of a democratic Jamaica.
No, that is accurate. 100% accurate.
You hear that? If this bill is passed, it will be the end of a democratic Jamaica. Merinda, how you doing? I don't mean so. If this bill pass, it will be the end of a democratic Jamaica. So we're gonna communist now. We're gonna dictator. The same reason why the United States are going to shut down Cuba, because they don't like that the regime there. So that Jamaica turn into, under Andrew Holness, with this bill, a dictatorship. Huh? You don't think Jamaica listen? I say, Isaac Buchanan does not exaggerate. He is a lawyer. So when you hear him speaking in this blunt manner, and this was the same day when they had the 11-hour live stream and he came on Portland Spice TV. I never knew until a day ago about this. You understand? Trust me. Serious. Serious Jamaica, not normal.
Correct.
So why nobody now said that in the parliament?
No, Peter Bunting said it.
Oh, he did?
Yes, man. And another thing is, remember, you know, we have other speakers to come.
Yes.
The party leader, Mike, was shut off and he was going there.
Yeah,
He's the party leader. Nobody's getting up and talking because...
And Mark Golding was going to talk about the exact same thing where democracy is concerned. And his mic was shut off. Let us understand that and let us be clear. So when I tell you the PMP is working, they are working. I'm still hear people on the internet that talk about the PMP needs to be more aggressive and do more. Listen, man, being redundant in terms of the messaging is one thing. Being aggressive, that's another thing. The PMP is being very aggressive, extremely aggressive. If you tell me say you want them to be a little bit more aggressive, that's cool. But don't sit here and tell me that what they're doing nothing. When you see 28 civil society group raise the alarm, the PMP is doing something. And they've been calling them to action. We've been calling them to action. So things are being done. You understand? In the ear, I'm talking about PMP vlogger. So when you see we attack, I PMP attack, in essence. You understand? Yeah, it would be a takeover, man. Takeover of everything, bridging, all developments everywhere. You might go talk about in a greater detail.
We forget to brush our teeth and we want everybody knows that we mouth stink. We actually have contribution that's meaningful to protect the Jamaican people. They can accept it or reject it, but I can tell you, the bike was shut off and he was going there. He is the party leader. Nobody's getting up and talking because we forget to brush our teeth and we want everybody knows that we mouth stink. We actually have contribution that's meaningful to protect the Jamaican people.
Right.
They can accept it or reject it, but I can tell you, we have other speakers that will contribute this week, and this is a topic that is important to the future of Jamaica. And I invite everybody to continue doing what you are doing and educate themselves because there are aspects of it that will find its way into the court.
There's aspects of this bill that will find themselves today. Every time the PMP the JLP got quote them lose, you know, the JLP lose. You don't know that, right? Yeah, man. Them lose because they always violate the constitutional rights of the people in Jamaica. Trust and believe that.
No doubt where that is concerned.
Does the opposition have a responsibility to educate the masses on this issue?
Listen to this.
But we are doing that.
I appreciate this question from Colin Bell. But you see, the people them always go on like say PMP now do nothing, you know. And you notice, if you listen to this now, you're going to notice how candid Isaac Buchanan is and blunt about what the PMP is doing. Listen to this. Listen to the question.
What you are doing and educate themselves because there are aspects of it that will find its way into the court.
But
I have no doubt where that is concerned.
Does the opposition have a responsibility to educate the masses on this issue, MP Buchanan?
But we are doing that. We are doing that. More than that, the party leader would have said this has to go to a joint select.
Yes.
This also is a bill that when it goes to joint select, public consultation is of the utmost importance.
Agreed, man. Colin.
Yeah.
So we are doing that. I would have had a whole show last week and there are spaces that this is happening. This is one of them. And we just have to continue, but the people have to want to learn about what is going on, and we find different ways to try to tell them and educate them because we are at a serious impasse in terms of what Jamaica will look like and who will be included.
Yes.
And I will always say this: black man rise up, black people wake up. All things are connected. And I will always say this: black man rise up, black people wake up. All things are connected. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to leave it at that, Colin.
Hold on there.
And who will be included. And I will always say this: black man rise up, black people wake up. All things are connected. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to leave it at that, Colin.
Jamaica, let me explain something to you. And he doesn't have to say it, but I'm going to say it. When you give this type of power to any man with no oversight in the way it's constructed, it is going to bring back the country right back to slavery. The man said, Andrew can go suburbs and move an entire area of people from where them is and put them somewhere else because him want to build what him want to build, right? Yes, sir. And disregard the people them, whatever emotional attachment they have, the quality of life for them picnic, all the considerations why they live where they live. Him can just go so bops and nobody can challenge it with the power of the Narra bill. And just move them from St. Thomas and carry them to Westmoreland. And he stamp one signature, just the word, and it done. That are the power a Narra bill give him. So imagine you as a people, how much you could be oppressed by that type of power. The potential of corruption, ladies and gentlemen. It's ridiculous. And simultaneously, the man them a push needs, you know. What's up, Lara? Simultaneously, the man them a push needs, you know, a digital ID, you know. I mean, you don't have to really use a noggin, you don't have to use a brain. I want you guys to look at the digital ID in other places and how they use it. I use the reference for China again. Enough people in China go homeless because them don't fit in the social society, so them now have no access to no digital ID, then take them off fight. Because them still like me, them are burn out the system and what them are doing and want the people them. Once you oppose the system and that digital ID, them lock down your food, you can't eat nothing, you can't pay your bill, you can't do nothing. Dictatorship. Imagine add that to this Narra bill. What? A massive homelessness, brother. Easy and quick and fast. Not that the leadership is right, you know, but because they don't want to be challenged and they don't want to look bad. I ask you the question, don't you see that type of, you know, characteristics from this leadership and this government? They don't like to be challenged. When they are challenged, them say bad mind and politics. No matter how serious the conversation is, them lead back to bad mind and politics. And if you think I lie, me I tell me go for that clip here.
Hold on, the MP. Rally, you want you to come in.
28 civil society groups and individuals are calling for the immediate convening of a multiple stakeholder dialogue on the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, NARA, which seeks to establish the agency that will lead Jamaica's post-hurricane recovery. They outlined in that joint submission, they highlighted several critical concerns of the bill in its current form, including the highly centralized CEO-driven structure with insufficient independent oversight, weak provisions for transparency and accountability, and public participation. That's what the people are saying. I'll talk to them tomorrow.
What you have to say about that, MP Buchanan, the fact that civil society is now coming out? MP?
Yes, no, repeat that for me, please.
No, Ralston just read that.
I heard that about the stakeholders, yes.
What do you have to say about that?
No, I joined them in that. As I said, my presentation was a human rights presentation.
Yes.
I don't see how we can have anything happening. We are servants of the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we are servants of the people, and it is your voice. You need to know what is going on.
Yes.
And you need to accept or reject. The magnitude of this bill requires, and I join them in that.
MP,
so there's a call to action to you, the Jamaican citizen. Stop talking about say the people. You want to talk about say and elder big up yourself. You know what I mean? Much love and respect. I mean, not disrespect you. But sir, come on, do better than that. Talking about the PMP if you come save. Save what? I will not stop talking about September 3rd about water under the bridge. I want you. When people take bribe and not go vote for the PMP, take money and go vote for JLP, and them know say the manifesto is there for the advancement of their own picnic. And we must not talk about that. Anything they feel, brother, me tell you this. If my parents tell me, say, don't go down there, sir, and me broke my foot, my parents not going to stop remind me, say, me did tell you, say, don't go down there, sir. You see, oh, you broke your foot now? How you doing, Rose Ellis? Can you send a message to Marky G to mobilize the people, them to demonstrate on Narra, but do it at the embassy? It's much safer. Listen, man. If the People's National Party, I don't need to send them any message. I'm telling you, they are very, very active. and they're exploring all options. And going to court and blocking this Narra bill is the top. Once it goes to court, you know, the first thing they're going to ask based on the Constitution, boom, you can't proceed. It's the same thing them do with the thing with the bill, the permit that Andrew Honest gave the company to drill in Discovery Bay. It's the same thing. All them have to go to court, boom, stop it. Let us look at what this is really about and see if the claims actually affect the people and constitutional rights, and it's over with. Can't go no further. And once the court decides say it can't work, you know say the bill is null and void. Just like the NITS bill. Just like the NITS bill, you know. Only remember what happened with the NITS bill. A court Mark Golden and the PMP car that going on, that have to stop, you know. The NITS bill in its current format to stop, you know. Them have to amend that, but them have charge people and make it mandatory. And if them don't take the NITS, them will get charged and go to prison and have to pay this and all of that. And the man then say, no, you can't force the people to do this. Cannot force the people to do this. You understand what I say? It goes against their constitutional right to privacy, right? Because your biometrics and all of them something there. You understand? You don't need to go read up them things there. I see something going to happen with this bill. So do not, listen to me, do not worry. The Lord is setting up this government for their final hurrah. Hey, let me tell you something, man. This is going to be the end of the Jamaica Labour Party. All together. All together. And if you don't believe me, listen to, which one of them say? Dr. Alfred Dawes. If you don't believe me, listen to Dr. Alfred. He was so on point. This is going to be the end of this administration. Mark my words. Mark, them I dig them all a hole for go lie down in it, you know. Them I dig them own a hole for go lie down in it politically. I'm telling you. The people are not going to forget what they tried to do. This is their last trump card, and pun intended, trump card. And that the type of powers they here? Trump card. But listen to this lady here.
The opposition is offering is to go back to levels of bureaucracy.
First of all,
let me finish. Unless you're batting for Senator Tomlinson, let me finish.
I'm batting for issues. So
okay.
Yeah. So she got embarrassed for herself, you know. Every time I hear this lady I speak, Bruce Golden daughter, me have to one, and me I say, hold on. Me hear everything about intelligence, about her father and everything. What is happening with she? What going on with she? Why is she always on the wrong side of history in terms of the conversation? For what? For it's wrong and strong with the party? Are you them send out? Better than they send out somebody else, man. Remember say your father is true with the whole thing will happen in a Tivoli garden, you know, that a stain pound the family altogether, you know. You understand what I deal with? Yeah, that and the whole political party as a matter of fact. Wagwan Patrick, big up yourself, my general, watching from Brandon Hill. You know what do you ask about? You wonder where you're there, you know. Good to see you, my brother.
But I'm dealing with issues.
That's a wrong line.
I'm just trying to make the point because I need to go back to him. I also want to make the point very quickly, and this is something both parties do. That point is not just coming from the opposition. All the civil society groups have also made the point that JAMAICA is not sufficient. It doesn't have statutory
authority. Let me ask you a question.
So, Deon Jackson Miller is making an excellent point, ladies and gentlemen. This is not political. There's deep concern. 28 civil society groups came out and shared the same points and opinions and warnings as the People's National Party. So how can you claim politics? You just don't want to listen. You are wrong and strong and arrogant. Ignorance, pride. Zine, and what them say? Pride cometh before the fall. That is it. And that's exactly what's going to happen to the Jamaica Labour Party.
And what was the criticism of EPOC? Should be legislated.
What was the criticism of EPOC?
Let me
ask. No, but you just said something. So I'm asking, you've asserted something, and I'm asking you. Those same groups.
She didn't assert anything. All they do was overcrowd her by talking over her. Deon Jackson Miller made an excellent point. Shireen Golden, you're wrong and strong.
Issue
I am saying
with JAMAICA. What's their issue with EPOC?
You are trying to make a point-by-point comparison. You cannot.
Listen, this is what they try to do, and that's why they call it JAMROC. They are trying to compare JAMROC to EPOC. It's two different things. two totally different things there. It's two totally different situations. When you say you buy a new phone, lost all your contacts, oh my God. Wow.
What the difference is?
The
government had billions of dollars and EPOC monitored them.
So she's saying that the government had billions of dollars and EPOC monitored them. Miss, EPOC was overseeing the paying of the debt and how the money was managed. You understand? They came back and gave reports, detailed reports to the people of Jamaica. JAMAICA can be dismantled by the minister, the prime minister, at any point in time. He doesn't have to listen to them. EPOC, then they have to listen to the EPOC. If they never listen to the EPOC, they would have broke the law, the code. EPOC was a bunch of, as a matter of fact, make we explore EPOC. Zine, you Google. Make we explore EPOC for go into the full details of EPOC. Because that's why I'm calling it JAMAICA, you know. Because he wanted to make it seem legitimized. Zine, the Economic Program Oversight Committee, that is EPOC in Jamaica, is established in 2013 is a public-private partnership monitoring the country's economic reform measures and the IMF agreement. It ensures fiscal responsibility and reports to the public with a transition to the Independent Fiscal Commission scheduled for January 2025. Jamaica, there's no report that is coming to the public from JAMAICA about Narra. Why? There is a secrecy clause. So let us look at the big difference there. So it's apples and oranges right off of the bat. You will not know no details about Narra coming to no public. Period. You understand what I deal with? Just understand that. No, it says the purpose is to monitor macro fiscal targets, enhance accountability, and provide public updates on Jamaica Economic Reform Program, ERP. So where are we? Are we on course with paying off the debt and bringing down the debt to GDP? Is it working? Is there any hiccups? That's what EPOC is for. It compromises of members of the public and the private sector, civil society, providing a collaborated approach to fiscal stability. Why did they have to do that? Because the JLP did mash up the country before that, under the same Bruce Golding, and it's a film data. The irony, come on and talk about EPOC, right? When them cause EPOC to be born because of them bad governance. Anyway, moving on. It says here, achievements credited with helping Jamaica meet IMF target, strengthening the net international reserve, and fostering economic growth. Zine, transition. January 1st, 2025, EPOC succeeded in Independent Fiscal Commission to continue maintaining fiscal stability. So EPOC did its job, right? In that oversight. When I look at this thing now, Andrew Honest pretty much can do what he want to do. You understand? JAMAICA not have the type of powers them EPOC have. JAMAICA is not written in the bill, you know, as law, you know. So they don't really have no authority. Well, they don't have any authority. It's not, they don't have any authority, ladies and gentlemen. For sanction, stop, halt, Andrew Honest and Narra in any way, shape, or form. Them can offer recommendations and him can just not take it. Right? It's not a serious oversight without any legalities behind it. Serious. It's like, come on, man. Stop playing. Stop lying to the people.
It's quite disappointing to see the quality of arguments coming from my senator colleague here. There is a fund. So
even that Dean Jackson Miller said you could just answer without throwing insults, you know. But yeah, it was necessary. And then she said, this is not a high school debate. So she's trying to discredit him because he's young. Cleveland Tomlinson destroyed her in this interview. 100%.
mental difference there between what happened with EPOC and what happens with JAMROC.
Please explain.
JAMROC, and Dion, is going to provide some sort of oversight to an entity that has no board. The JAMROC can be dissolved by the minister.
Yes.
There is no recognition of JAMROC.
JAMROC can be dissolved by the minister. There is no recognition of JAMROC
in the entire bill. It has no legal underpinning, no statutory authority.
You hear that? JAMROC has no legal authority. It's not written in the bill. It can be dissolved at any time if Andrew decides, say, yo, you know, some of this don't really make no sense. Gone. Simple.
Lauded as one of the most successful, but it has been lauded as one of the most successful.
So, EPOC was something that was successful. Obviously, I just read it a while ago. So that's why they call this JAMROC, because they want you to believe and have the idea and the facade that this also is going to be successful because it's mirrored off EPOC. But it's not. It's apples and oranges. It's different. It's not the same. It doesn't do the same things. For our people on Bolo VNR 2.0, please, at the top right here, hit that like button. Let me get to 50 likes. For the persons on Bolo VNR 2.0, let me get to 130 likes. Let's go. Everybody hit that like button for me. Thank you. Let's go.
Which is why I suspect the name Rock was tapped on to JAMROC. So you can say EPOC has done a great job.
No, let's not be trite about it. Let's not be trite. No, it is very trite.
It is not.
Let us not be trite about it.
It is marketing, it is PR, it is politics.
It is a model.
It is definitely PR, it is definitely marketing, and it's definitely politics. Guys, all you have to do is double tap the screen with your finger, one finger like this, in the middle of the screen, and you'll be able to hit the like button on YouTube. That's all. You understand? Just, yeah man, do this 2 times. 2 times, just do this. Baba. Quickly, like that. Just like that. Right in the middle of the screen. Oh, by the way, you can become a member of the platform on Bolo VNR. You can like and share, and you can, we encourage you like it and share, and that's a fact. We're not giving anybody nothing to put on. There's a super chat goal. You can send gifts on this as well, just like TikTok. Yes. So explore that, ladies and gentlemen.
It is a model that served this country well, that brought this country from a severely debt. I'm not going to debate.
Hold on. No, but that's fine for you. But you cannot divorce what a government is doing from political realities and from optics and politics.
Yes, I thought you invited.
Big up Dion Jackson Miller. Let's continue.
Talk again. Definitely we will have to talk again more about this bill. We await tomorrow's presentation from other members of the opposition. Do you foresee any other member of the government really coming and speaking truth to power on this bill?
Oh yes, man. When Jesus was born, there are the 3 wise men. I expect at least 3 yes men to get up and defend the nonsense.
But
who are the 3 yes men? Donovan William, Christopher Tufton, and when name Flight Green. Are them the 3 yes men, you know? Me say.
To come out against it, you expect anybody to join Mali?
No, it won't be against. What as I said, I have suggested multiple amendments that could assist in making the bill workable. I would appreciate if they are going to be stubborn, that some of those amendments are accepted as in definitions in relation to resilience with the minister, definition in relation to the aspect of disaster resilience, and amend the section. If you're going to be criminalizing people, you have to have prescribed and designated person who they can report to. Just many things that if we go into a committee, that we can go section by section or clause by clause, accept and reject. I definitely will reject indemnity, secrecy, the stepping orders. And when it gets that way, you realize that it has to go to a joint select and we have to do better. That is what is in my mind. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Yes.
Final question to you before I let you go. Is there any clause in the bill for whistleblower?
No, that is the whistleblower. That is the secrecy clause, which is the clause that says that if you tell anybody, show any document, you go into prison. It is so absurd because a secrecy clause must be in relation to national security. Now, why would you want to make every single document when it comes to rebuilding national security? Is that they got the hardware and ply cost $7,000 and brick cost $1,300 for how much bricks? It not blocks, that is. It not gonna make a difference. So when you start to criminalize persons who have internal locus of control, embedding morality and integrity, you're showing in the public space, never before, that this is a corrupt government. So I said to them while I was doing my presentation, it must have been an oversight because I refuse to believe that any government would be so corrupt. And I'm maintaining that.
Jamaica, if the man them buy 5 truck a son, and the 5 truck a son costs normally, I don't know, $5 million. Just for argument's sake. Normally 5 truck a son would cost $5 million. You see, in this Narra bill, if them decide, say, them are going to find one of them friends to actually buy the son from with our money, them can pay them 5 times the amount for the 5 truck of son. Yeah. And there'll be a secrecy clause, so those details of those purchases, you won't be able to see them. No, my general, see what? Me tell you, say the man can do highway robbery. The potential of highway robbery with this Narra bill is insane. Insane. You hear me tell you? Just stay there,
He called us and he told us the other day, Raleigh was on the line. The man said the Narra bill is a novel approach to rob and rape with autonomy.
Yes. Yes.
MP, we'll talk.
All right. Blessings.
Blessings. Big up Isaac Buchanan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are get right into the wonderful, the intelligent, the beautiful Mrs. Dr. Angela Brown Burke. We see the controversy with the maze the other day. CJ Wagwan, CJ, big up yourself. We see the controversy with the maze the other day. But you guys don't understand the context as to why that situation happened. It all started here, ladies and gentlemen. It all started here. Listen to this. All started here. Come through, Mama Angie.
That I was within the time and certainly on point on the few points I wanted to make.
Yes.
And so I've actually written it.
Yes.
You know, I was going through the Narra legislation and I kept thinking about my responsibility as a member elected to this parliament by the people of Southwestern Council.
That's right. And
my responsibility to ensure that we pass fair laws and we pass bills in the best interest of Jamaica.
Yes.
So in this regard, I went and I looked at the objects of the bill to make provision for the management and implementation of post-disaster reconstruction and resilience efforts consequent on the passage of Hurricane Melissa and for resilience generally. And this has my full support. In fact, I don't believe that there's anyone in Jamaica who would not support these objects.
Yes.
Yes? I am, however, extremely concerned that such an important institution having a highly centralized, almost one-man-driven structure who himself is handpicked by the minister with a blank check and unfettered powers. And that also there are very weak provisions for transparency and accountability.
Right.
I am concerned about that. And what makes this even that much harder to vote yes is that it's being railroaded through Parliament by a government who had no problem in 2017, agreeing to 427 million Jamaican dollars and paying out 50% of that as a deposit for used cars for our police officers without any accountability.
Right. So the Right there is where, how you doing, Austin? Right there, Joanne, how you doing? Right there is where the corn of the political party start to get crushed. She's talking about Robert Montague with the used car scandal. I don't think I need to go into details. That is still in the court. No. Is it in the court? I believe the man said, sue me. The last time I read anything about it. The man said, sue me. So we haven't gotten the cars. The money has been spent. And we are in limbo where that is concerned, Colleen. Why would you trust a government like that has something like that unresolved? Right? We're talking about police vehicles. How does a scandal, aka a scam, happen under police vehicles? Who is responsible? Where did our money go? Are we gonna get back our money at any point in time? The way it look right now, so vexed that she mentioned it, them don't even want them to talk about it. So this was strike one, you know. Why Juliet Onis, Wagwan Joy Evans, why Juliet Onis sought to kick out Angela Brownberg out of Parliament. They wanted any excuse after this, ladies and gentlemen, to kick her out. For my people on TikTok, welcome, how are you doing? Bless up on yourself. Remember, 100,000 likes and gifting is accepted. Curious I see you. Nadia, thank you. Austin, big up. Let's go.
Even now, not a soul know where they carry them there.
Nobody.
The same government with the ministers spending money on the big birthday cake. Who remember the Bolo scandal?
Jamaica, the big birthday cake of Andrew Wheatley. I never knew about it. I don't know if you know about it. But Andrew Wheatley spent money on a big birthday cake on birthday party at Petro Job. Alright, I read it this morning. Zane, so that. Hey, that. I don't really need to say much more about that. Apparently him did pay back the money. You understand what I deal with Jamaica? However, in terms of the Nutri scandal, I really have to go to the article because that's why we're here. I know a lot of people was not exposed to this, you know what I'm saying? What ABB there? What ABB? How is ABB?
Spending money on the big birthday cake. Who remember the Bolo scandal?
Bolo scandal. Mighty God. I believe this is the article, ladies and gentlemen. The Bolo scandal. Let's read.
Minister of Education, Youth and Information Fayval Williams has indicated that legal action could be taken against anyone found involved in the messy affairs at Nutrition Products Limited, NPL, which, based on a report from Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis, could have cost Jamaican taxpayers millions of dollars. Responding to the report that was tabled in Parliament on Tuesday, Williams told a post-cabinet media briefing yesterday that, as a minister and as a ministry, we stand ready to support any further investigations and pledge the full support of the ministry in that regard. Let the chips fall where they may. According to Williams, her ministry has taken note of the serious issues that were outlined in the Auditor General's performance audit titled Nutrition Products Limited Governance and Resource Management. Let me say, without a shadow of a doubt, that the findings demonstrate serious breaches of the government's Public Bodies Management and Accountability Act, and that, on reading the report, it may require further investigations by other constituted authorities empowered to take legal action based on their findings, said Williams as she pointed out that the report covered the period 2015 to 2021, before she was appointed to lead the ministry. You will note that a new board was put in place in December of 2020, said Williams, who was given the portfolio responsibility after the Jamaica Labour Party's election victory in 2020. The issue that the Auditor General raised in terms of the former board chair being chairman of the Procurements and Contracts Committee was brought to the attention of the new board chair as being an action that was not in keeping with good governance. The issue of an external secretary being paid from April 2017 to January 2021 $7.4 million to take minutes at the board meetings that was flagged by the new board chair.
Jamaica, I don't think you're going to hear that. between April 17th and January 2021, one person was paid $7.4 million to take minutes at the board meeting that was flagged by a new board chair. $7.4 million just to take minutes. April 17th to 2021. Just, hey, listen, man. Hey, you know, now I see why so many Jamaicans love the Jamaica Labour Party. When they can't get the hookup like that, you know, so much people not qualified working at the NSWMA, National Solid Waste Management Agency. You know, so much people not qualified for the job. FID president not qualified for the job, ladies and gentlemen. Dennis Trump. They are the hookup government, eat a food government. This is why them cannot be trusted. Forget them the type of powers the Narra. Let's continue.
And it was an activity that was discontinued in the first month of the new board, said Williams as she highlighted one of the damning findings of the Auditor General. Other disturbing finds by the Auditor General included the fact that NPL paid $143 million to companies and individuals connected to its board members and management staff to provide transportation, repairs and maintenance, sanitation, and other services.
So the board members have companies and individuals that got contracts from, yo, listen, this is so highly corrupt. It's so stink. This is another reason why we cannot trust Andrew Holness with these Narra powers or the Jamaica Labour Party. They have built the bridge of mistrust, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the argument that Dr. Angela Brown-Burke was making. So here I am perusing each point of her argument to put further validity to it based off the evidence that is in these documents and these articles. So when them a chat about politics, that is not about politics. This is about honest reality. They cannot be trusted. Let's continue.
By Bolo. Promoted links you may like. We consider a connected party as an individual or entity closely associated, whether directly or indirectly, to NPL's directors or anyone discharging managerial responsibilities. Related party transactions are not prohibited by law, but the nature of these transactions is likely to create potential conflicts of interest, said Monroe Ellis. In one such instance, NPL paid a distribution company $69.6 million between November 2010 and January 2021 to provide transportation and haulage services. Our investigation revealed that the registered owner of 3 trucks used by the distribution company was an investment company, of which the former board chairman is a director and shareholder, pointed out Monroe Ellis. The Auditor General...
So the former board man and chairman still make money off the company. Probably more money than he would be making when he was with the company. Wow. Wow. Rosalie said, remember it was Swish, your community meeting, so I don't think that the problem was the chairwoman take it as offense and bring out her disrespect with her corrupted self. Yes, same way, Rosalie. Same way. Oh, my bad, sorry.
General said the probe also identified cases. The Auditor General said the probe also identified cases in which NPL ignored the procurement rules of fairness, transparency, accountability, and competition, and bypassed the procurement process altogether, demonstrating that it did not embrace good procurement practices. The report also noted that NPL engaged a consultant to assist with the proposed reorganization and undertake similar functions assigned to its human resource manager, who did not possess the academic qualification for the job.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Narra bill puts aside procurement procedure. The authority, which is the Prime Minister, would be the procurement procedure. Whatever him say, whatever directive he give the CEO, do it. Understand that. Let's continue.
NPL paid the consultant $3.3 million for the period February 2019 to July 2020. We were unable to ascertain how NPL justified the engagement of the consultant to undertake a proposed reorganization. Given the 2018 cabinet decision to pursue the divestment of NPL and subsequent reduction in NPL operational outputs and underutilization of staff, said Monroe Ellis. On that matter, Williams told the media briefing yesterday that she had taken a submission to Cabinet in June to get it to ratify a decision that was taken in June of 2018 for the divestment or privatization of NPL. Cabinet gave approval for the establishment of an enterprise team for the divestment or privatization of Nutrition Products Limited and for the Development Bank of Jamaica as transaction managers to execute the divestment or privatization, in collaboration with the NPL, said Williams. She added the government supports the findings of the Auditor General's report in NPL and sees it as a powerful tool for the reform of not just NPL, but as a guide to the proper management of entities that call on the national budget and spend taxpayers' money.
All right, so that Article 1 evidence a backup what Miss Dr. Angela Brownwork is saying.
Who remember that? Producing less, costing more, with no real accountability for distribution. Anybody here remember CMU and how taxpayers' money was being spent in 2019? CMU 2019. Let's read. Let's read, ladies and gentlemen.
Rule Reid, a timeline of the corruption scandal. Former Education Minister Rule Reid, after months of living under the radar, was thrust back into the public eye on Wednesday, October 9th, as his family home in St. Andrew was raided by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF. Reid, his wife Sharon, née Thomas, as well as president of the Caribbean Maritime University, CMU, Fritz Pinnock, are among the latest dominoes falling amid intensifying probes into allegations of corruption, nepotism, and misappropriation of funds within the Ministry of Education earlier this year, while still under his leadership. The disgraced former senator will be spending the night in jail as criminal charges were officially laid against him, his wife, and Professor Pinnock today. But how did we get here? Buzz presents a timeline of major events, from the shocking revelations in Parliament, leading up to Reid's fall from his seat of power. March. The fireworks were set off by opposition. Leader Dr. Peter Phillips on Monday, March 18th, when he called for Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis to immediately investigate allegations of misuse of public funds by the Ministry of Education and CMU. The opposition is aware and had been receiving information that politically connected persons have been employed as advisors, but who have not been operational or doing any work and collecting hefty salaries, which is a clear case of misuse of public funds, Phillips said at the time in a statement. The rumor mill was set alight as speculations rose around who exactly was caught the latest in a series of corruption scandals plaguing the Jamaica Labour Party-led JLP administration since the disastrous Petrojam saga in 2018, which is far from resolved. 2 days later, on Wednesday, March 20th, a release from the Office of the Prime Minister, OPM, told the nation that Prime Minister Andrew Holness had spoken with Reid, demanded and received his resignation. Reid, effectively fired from his post, also handed in his immediate resignation from the Senate to Governor General Sir Patrick Allen, accepted post-haste. July. The Public Administration and Appropriations Committee, PAC, raised further questions on the operations of Bolo. Promoted links you may like. Is the CMU on Wednesday, July 3rd. After a meeting with officials of the Education Ministry and Professor Pinnock, it was revealed that a second household helper of the former minister was contracted to the institution to provide services, while still being paid by the ministry. On Friday, July 5th, CMU announced that Professor Pinnock had taken a voluntary 6-week leave of absence from his position as head of the institution amid the investigations. Pinnock said his leave of absence would ensure transparency and retain the integrity of the university. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson confirmed that the embattled Reed, among others, is the subject of a criminal investigation on Friday, July 10th. Anderson, who was giving his first press briefing since becoming head of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, declined to go into detail with regards to the scope and nature of the probe. He indicated, however, that several police departments, including Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Division, CTC, and the Constabulary Financial Unit, were being tasked with unearthing the breaches and possible charges. The Financial Investigation Division, FID, of the Ministry of Finance is also part of the probe, he added. The summer heat was high and the noose tightened ever so slowly around Reed, the ministry he once led, now handed to Carl Samuda and the CMU. September-October. 2 months later, on Friday, September 13th, Pinnock requested a further extension of his leave of absence from the institution. Less than a month later, on Wednesday, October 9th, members of FID and CTC raided Reed's home, as well as the house of Pinnock and 2 others implicated simultaneously, arresting the suspects. Naviga, all.
So Jamaica, the CMU scandal is extensive. You understand? Nepotism, alleged corruption, nepotism, misappropriation of funds within the Ministry of Education. Rural Reed and his cohorts have been trying to kick out this case as null and void, and the court has been saying no, this case is valid. You understand? Because it is believed, ladies and gentlemen, if when this hits and gets ventilated in the court, oh, it's going to be serious for them, you know. Yes, man, it's not going to be pretty. That's what is believed. So there goes the effort of trying to not have it go to trial all together. Because when everything gets ventilated, they will have no choice in the judiciary, it appears, to do what must be done. You understand? Which is let justice be served. So this is another reason why we cannot trust the Andrew Honest-led government. This happened under their watch. You feel me I deal with? And Rural Reed has still associated himself with the Jamaica Labour Party. He has talked about 4-term loading. Yes. Full support, accepted, hugged on Andrew Honest swearing in. He was there hugging other members of the Jamaica Labour Party. They have not shunned him. They have not done that. He's still their friend and so, you know, hey, look at that and look at the optics of that, and it tells you why we don't trust these people. But let's continue.
The truth is that the same issues in all of those, yeah man, that was a use case scandal we're talking about. The same issues, serious procurement breaches, contractor bidding, rules being breached, payments to connected persons as contractors.
Yes.
And it was the same issue with Petrojam, with Nesol, who remember Western Hospitality Institute, yeah?
Western Hospitality Institute. Let's go there. Western Hospitality Institute. Hospitality Institute. Jamaica, tell me when you've had enough. Western Hospitality. Tell me when it has hit enough for you to say, I don't trust the Jamaica Labour Party. Western Hospitality Institute scandal. Just tell me, you know. Tell me when you've had enough. Let's go there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Probes widening into WHI conflict of interest lead story. Let's go to the article, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here we go. Let's read.
Follow us on Twitter. Probe widens into WHI conflicts of interest. Published Tuesday, April 20th, 2021, 12:16 a.m. Previous next. Cornwall. Education Minister Fayval Williams has asked the Auditor General's
Brown
Department
security.
to expand a probe at the ministry following a Sunday Gleaner investigation highlighting potential conflicts of interest involving two multi-billion-dollar programs. Online shopping guide. Discover more. The investigation centered on Western Hospitality Institute, WHI, its president, Cecil Cornwall, and the two government programs, the Career Advancement Program and the Center of Occupational Studies, COS. Cornwall headed, since 2014, CAP's oversight body known as the Technical Working Committee and was the architect of occupational degrees and the driving force behind the July 2016 establishment of the COS. Since 2015, Cornwall has been leading the Joint Committee on Tertiary Education, JACE-T, which lobbies for tertiary institutions and which, up to last year, got millions in commission from the Education Ministry to help implement CAP and COS, programs that targeted students who left grade 11 without qualifications. Top beneficiary. For the last 4 years, Cornwall's WHI was the top beneficiary in both programs, which are operated in dozens of tertiary and secondary institutions. CAP and COS's staff structure have also, over time, been revolving doors for WHI employees, including in 2019 when Jarosky Young left his job as WHI principal to take up the directorship at COS. Cornwall has denied a conflict of interest. In its Monday evening statement, the ministry said that in the wake of the Sunday Gleaner report, the education minister contacted Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis, who has been probing the ministry's links with WHI and the JCT. We must answer to public concerns, Williams said, noting that the questions raised about CAP and COS require clarification and the ministry would cooperate fully. The full report that is expected from the Auditor General will ensure the mandate of probity and accountability are maintained within the ministry, she added. The JACE-T was the entity that shocked officials last year after it became private in February 2019, blocking the Auditor General's investigation into use of government funds connected to the Caribbean Maritime University scandal.
Jamaica, the audacity, the unmitigated gall, the brassness, the man them use public funds, out of tax dollars and privatize them company so the Auditor General could not look into it. What the hell can go so? Jamaica, the Secrecy Act, the Narra bill, our private funds, we do no ATI, no access to information. Red flag Jamaica. This bill is a red flag. And given the track record of the Jamaica Labour Party with the scandal them have, we're not following procurement is concerned and trillions of dollars is unaccounted for. They cannot be trusted with a bill like this being passed in its current form. It is criminal. Anybody that support this bill, I believe they are a criminal. Let's continue. Unbelievable, talking about privatizing their company so then block the Auditor General from looking into the... But damn out of order, don't use our tax dollars then. If Andrew Honest wants to do what he wants to do, well, it can't go work either way because NEPA is one of the agencies when it can overturn. And when we look at the latest ruling from the Constitutional Court, Andrew Honest always breaks the Constitution. He always violates the people's constitutional rights. So he cannot be trusted. He cannot be trusted in no way, shape, or form if we have these unfeathered powers. Wayne, Messiah, you know. Messiah Wayne, who is defending the people where this is considered? The People's National Party. Yes, you think the People's National Party now take Andrew Gar court? I know the first time. Alright? I know the first time. So somebody said, Winky said, do you get paid for all of these stress you're putting yourself under? How do I answer this question? Do you understand that this is stress on your pitney and you to pay back these trillions of dollars? What is the question really trying to ascertain? So you should not care about somebody taking trillions of dollars from we the people and then we have to go pay it back. What does it matter if I'm getting paid? Is this a valid or serious concern about our future or not? By the way, nobody is paying me. I am not a paid vlogger like some of these TikTok people. I do this because I have an interest in my country and I'm a patriot. What about you? Are you a patriot? Are you selfish? Do you just care about yourself? If it's not happening to you, it's not happening to nobody else. And it's happening to anybody else, it doesn't matter. Are you that type of person? And don't feel no type of way because I'm asking strong question, because, you know, sometimes I hear certain questions and I have to wonder about what is the genesis of the question. Are you a laborite? Because a laborite would ask a question like that. I'm not sure if you're a laborite, you know, but that's a question that a laborite would ask. Because what you're trying to do now is to push the motive of not the validity of the statements that I'm making, but you're trying to say, why are you getting paid to do this? Is that why? Is that's the reason why you actually care? Well, you know, when I think about it, if I was getting paid to do this, then I would be getting paid to do something that I believe in that will help to benefit not just myself, but the people of Jamaica presently and the kids to come. The unborn and the ones them that are here already. So I will be getting paid for a noble job. I hope that answers the question. Because I don't know why getting paid is a problem to you guys. I wanted to know if both you guys who vlog for both PNP and JLP. No, nobody pays me. Nobody pays me. The People's National Party is not the same as the Jamaica Labour Party. People's National Party not out here paying no vlogger for come on here and lie and all of them. That's what the JLP does. You understand? You notice our article me I play? Based off of what? I am confirming. And these articles are the first time I read them, so I am actually educating myself and educating people at the same time. Let's continue. Yeah, me I watch you know.
Scandal. Ministry data show that for the period 2017
oh, by
to
the
2020.
Way, you never answer me. Are you a laborite? Me answer you, but you never answer me. And if you don't answer me, I block you. Are you a laborite? That take too long for your answer.
2017 to 2020, the WHI, $158 million, MXB Catering, $60.5 million, and the JST, $59 million.
What?
Accounted for almost 50% of $594 million spent by the COS.
That's so much money spent between 2017 and 2020. And then want to block the Auditor General from looking into the audit's affairs. What go on, David, big up yourself. Mighty God, don't I hear them something?
Costs. Discover more.
What on there?
Movie. Mobile apps subscription. MXP shares the same address as WHI in St. James, and its proprietor, Michael Foster, was a project officer at JCT and served as recruitment manager at WHI. An analysis of a CAP disbursement report for 2014 to 2020 reveals that at least $2 billion was paid out to schools over the period, with WHI topping the list with $224 million. Following by Institute of International Recognized Qualifications, IRQ, $206 million. The programs fell under the direct oversight of then Chief Education Officer Dr. Grace McLean, 2009 to 2019, and incumbent Dr. Kazentrup, 2019, present, who ultimately reported to Permanent Secretaries Elaine Foster Allen, 2012 to 2015, Dr. Maurice Smith, 2015 to 2016, and Dean Roy Bernard, 2016 to 2019. CAP was established in 2010 and has been under the ministry's control since 2013. McLean is now acting permanent secretary.
So this article was 2019. So this is the scandal with WHI, conflicts of interest. You hear the money there, Jamaica? Mighty God. I'm going to put the article in the archives because you don't know, so one day I'm going to come back to this for evidence. So let me drop that in the archives right there so as evidence. Let's continue with that. So All of these articles is outlining one thing. The government cannot be trusted. They need to have proper oversight. And if they're seeking to have no oversight, that is giving puss butter for carry Jamaica. That is giving puss butter for carry Jamaica. Yeah. Dangerous. Dangerous. Trust me.
That many thought was a eat a food prosperity thing.
Yes, eat a food.
So when all these things are on my mind, it makes me very uneasy.
Right.
Yes? I also want to remind us that in most of the cases I've cited, what the Auditor General's recommendation was.
What was it?
It was about adherence to public procurement laws
Yes.
and the transparency
Yes.
of the process.
Yes.
But I guess now we don't have to worry about those because they're not even in there.
Nothing in there.
So you can ignore the transparency.
No procurement, not in the bill. So all of the problems that the Jamaica Labour Party face where scandal is concerned, the recommendation of the Auditor General was proper procurement procedure being followed. In this bill, no procurement procedure is there altogether. No oversight. It's a free-for-all with a blank check, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
And you can ignore procurement laws. I believe that we do need, because the government has come here several times talking about the issues with procurement. And I have no difficulty.
Listen to this.
If we believe that there needs to be changes.
Yes.
Yes? Around public procurement at this time. Then let's do it.
Yes.
Let's say that. Let's begin to see that at work
Yes.
in this bill
Yes.
that is before us.
Yes.
Yeah?
Fix the procurement issues detail by detail and watch them work. Don't throw them away. You cannot throw the baby out with the bathwater, ladies and gentlemen. And that's essentially what this bill is doing. Throw it all together, man. Yes, that's what they do Jamaica. Throwing away the baby with the bathwater. Crazy. Procurement is important. These guidelines, all these things set is important. My side on TikTok. You know, say 50,000 likes at the aim. So, we are 12,500 right now. Everybody can double tap up the screen for me now, please. Yeah, man. And feel free to bless up on the other thing, if you can. Andel Macnab, what you doing? So aren't you going to get away with so much money? No, man, listen, man. Remember, I said this is like the needs, you know. This Africa quote, you know. The reason why we have ventilate this is say, this just throw away these arguments of the labor rights talking about, oh, you know, them just bad mind, you know, oh, you know, them just this and oh, you know, it's just politics. Rubbish. 28 at the what them call them? What them call them people? The private company them, civil servant groups, 28 civil servant groups say, yo, this can't work, you know? Them been a tell them been a sell recommendations, and this unwise government, this wrong and strong government, right? This thieving government. Cause I hear Rosie say them a thief. Not sure. This thieving government decides say they're going to ignore all warnings and be wrong and strong. And who suffers in the end, ladies and gentlemen? You see, if the money was coming out of Andrew Owen's pocket, it would be one thing, and there still would be a problem, and let me tell you why. If the money coming out of his pocket, and in friend them pocket, and in private sector people them pocket, it would be fine. But you see, parts of the bill would still have to be thrown away. Like the fact that them can override all of these different agencies like NEPA and NSWM and the local government authorities and all of those things. Melody, thank you so much, Melody groups, right? The fact that they can override all of those things, it couldn't work. Even if he was spending his own money. So this bill is wrong in every direction. Every single direction.
And so, Madam Speaker, through you to the PM, I'm sure that he would have also seen the recommendations from JFJ and JET, yes? Outlining targeted amendments to the Narra bill, drawing from other jurisdictions. And I'm hoping that although I heard that we were going to take the bill through all the stages today, I am still hopeful that with all of the public sentiment, with the concerns of the opposition, that the Prime Minister and his team will find it in their heart to understand our concern as public and our public duty, and pause for a while, review and rework and wheel and come again. I really am hoping so that we can actually go together. Some people say that it's not within the Prime Minister.
Not within.
I don't think so. I believe that at his core, he must have the people of Jamaica at heart.
He doesn't.
Yes, I do. I believe
he doesn't.
Because I don't think that persons make this kind of political sacrifice to just come here and run roughshod over with these bills and to see others just stuff their money, their pocket full of money, and don't have no concern. I don't believe that. And so I am still hopeful that common sense
will prevail.
And that sense of working together would lead to a different outcome.
Yeah.
So that's the first point I wanted to make in terms of why I am uneasy, with the bill as it is. The second point I want to make is really because at heart, I am a local government practitioner.
Yes.
I have spent 20 years in local government, and therefore it just does not sit well with me to agree to legislation that comes to Parliament and gives Narra the right to ignore the professional advice of municipal corporations and
you hear that?
It doesn't.
So this bill overthrows the local government authority as well. They don't have to take their advice. Andrew can just do what he wants to do. Guys on YouTube, we should be over 100 by now. So yeah, please press the thumbs up button at the top here. And let's get to 130 likes on Bolo VNR 2.0. For Bolo VNR clips, can we get to 60 likes? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All you have to do is touch that thumbs up button at the top, or you can double tap the screen with your finger like this. Just like that. Hold your phone in front of you like this, and double tap the screen like this. It's the same way you hit the like button on TikTok. Just double tap the screen like this. Once you double tap it one time on YouTube, 2 times on YouTube, you're done. On TikTok, you have to continue double tapping like this to get the likes up. Because you can get up to 1 million likes, as much likes as possible. Alright, so yeah, it's very easy for you guys on YouTube. So do that for me now, please. Thank you for those that are doing it. I appreciate you. And for persons on Bolo VNR 2.0, please consider to become a member of the platform. And of course, the donation link is pinned at the top of the comment section. The donation link is pinned at the top or the bottom of the comment section, whatever. However it is on your screen. Alright, it says donate to the Cash App, and there's other Zelle and also PayPal links there as well. Alright, yeah. Alright, what else? You can gift, you can send gifts on YouTube on my Bolo VNR 2.0 channel. Bolo VNR clips is different. We're not there yet. Alright, you can only use the donation information that is pinned. My side, let's get to 25,000 likes fast over here up on TikTok. Now let's go.
Clause 21 leaves me thinking that the authority is at large. 1, to establish timelines for inspections, evaluations, and assessments, as well in 21.2 to set deadlines for decisions for approvals or other inputs made or submitted by the authority. The truth is that I get a sense of a very high-handed approach in how this is worded.
Yes.
And I reiterate that recovery and resilience projects are going to require fast tracking. We understand that. No question about that. But I am sure these approving entities are all on board. And therefore, there must be some way, after all, these are the same entities who are going to have responsibility for post-approval monitoring. Yeah? But Narra is designed to run roughshod over their opinions.
Wow.
And so that's...
Play that again. for you people in our back.
You know, this is wording. And I reiterate that recovery and resilience projects are going to require fast tracking. We understand that. No question about that. But I am sure these approving entities are all on board. And therefore, there must be some way, after all, these are the same entities who are going to have responsibility for post-approval monitoring. Yeah? But Narra is designed to run roughshod over their opinions. And so that's in my head. But then again, I'm thinking that this is the same government with connected persons involved in one way or another with construction, some even being flagged for building breaches. Yes, yeah. And therefore, I am thinking that the Narra legislation should also include a provision to resolve the objections by agencies. Otherwise, what's the message that we are sending to everyone with an application before those same authorities?
Jamaica, Andrew Ones and Juliet Ones share talking now. I'm sure about them too there, because them in a construction. Sure. Let me play that again. And this makes you get kicked out of Parliament. But tomorrow is going to be interesting and I'll be carrying it live. Angela Brown-Burke will be doing a sectorial debate 2 p.m. Yes. So make we see if them will come with them nonsense tomorrow. Because it's going to be a bang around. I hear that people is advocating on behalf of persons showing up at the Parliament outside. Yes. In support of Dr. Angela Brown-Burke. That's what I heard. I don't know what true it is. You understand? Heaven sent, how you doing? Let's continue.
That the Narra legislation should also include a provision to resolve the objections by agencies. Otherwise, what's the message that we are sending to everyone with an application before those same authorities? So what is it? It's only the big trousers man them can ignore parish council?
Hey!
The rest of us mortals have to go make change when they object to what we have in front of them.
Hey! Say it again, my sister. Only the big trousers man them can avoid parish council recommendation. If you're a regular man, you don't get those powers. So Narra bill speaks to classism as well. Having 2 Jamaicas. Yeah? The same rules don't apply. Andrew owners can override, ladies and gentlemen, all of these government agencies, local government agencies, in their recommendation, like the issue that happened with the Bengal company, the mining permit for discovery in St. Ann, that the court said is unconstitutional, that Andrew owners overturned the ruling of the NCRA, I believe the entity is called, right? Andrew Ones overturned it, and the Constitutional Court said no, this cannot work. It is null and void. This permit, dash it away, rubbish. You cannot violate you cannot violate the people's safety. The people, I mean, the NCRA, I believe they are called. I can confirm that by going and looking back at the article, right? They said that it would pollute the air and the water supply, and even put, obviously put the people in the area health at risk. And the Constitution protect the people because they have a right to life and good health and a clean environment and all of these wonderful things, right? In the Constitution, right? Thank God for our guiding the individuals that wrote the Constitution in such a way that it protected the sovereign right of the citizens, and not even the Prime Minister is bounded by the Constitution. So I'm telling you, this particular bill is going to go to court because it's going to violate, and you don't have to wait for it to violate. That's the beautiful thing. You don't have to wait for it to violate Wagwan vibes. You don't have to wait for it to violate the people in constitutional right. Once you can prove based off the legislation that it actually impedes the people's constitutional rights, it can be blocked and it can be thrown out. Please understand this, ladies and gentlemen. And don't ever out on the mouth say that the PMP and the JLP is the same thing. I say again, if they were the same thing, there would not be an opposition to this Narra bill. The PMP would have said, "Hail Andrew Honest, King of Jamaica. Do your work and your bidding because we support you." That's exactly what they would have done. All right? So no more of that in my... Anybody that said that me a black or no. Wake up, please. Wake up. The People's National Party is not out here playing politics. This is damn serious. Damn serious. Okay? Let's continue.
That for me don't sit right. It doesn't sit right. Quite frankly, Madam Speaker, what does man them can ignore parish council? The application before those same authorities. Yeah, especially those who don't have big business. So what is it? It's only the big trousers man them can ignore parish council? The rest of us mortals have to go make changes to our plans when they object to what we have in front of them. That for me don't sit right.
So again, we have to point it out. The big trousers man them can do whatever they want with the help of Andrew Honest under this bill. And just, oh yeah man, when I spend some money, don't worry about it. This might hurt the people of Jamaica and destroy the environment and cause long-term damage, but I'm gonna overthrow that authority and you guys can go ahead and do it same way. The potential is there to do it, ladies and gentlemen. This bill in its current form has the potential to do way more harm than good on every level. Every single level. It's like the JLP is hell-bent on destroying Jamaica and bringing poor people to their knees and bringing us back right into slavery. Like I don't have anything else, you know, do the things that when them try to pass and with all of the warning signs and the red flags. It's the same thing them do with NIDS. Same thing them do with NIDS. They were warned, Jamaica. They were warned that it was unconstitutional. Even the young man that stood up in the meeting and challenged Andrew Honest. Who remember that young man, right? From school. And him use him look at thin-skinned self, right? And show up him look at dictatorship characteristics in that encounter with the young man that did his research and was very well learned. That I think he's a doctor now, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's a doctor, but he's a man of God. Him out there preach and everything. Right? And he's a part of an activist group. Right? And the young man is not PMP or JLP. No. He's not. He's a man of God. You get what I say? Him out there evangelizing the streets on TikTok. You see him all the while. There was a video where them all throw water upon him and so. He's being persecuted in the street just like Jesus Christ. Humbly there. Right? If you preach the word of God. That young man was attacked by Andrew Honest when he raised questions about the needs. And everything he said was on point. Every single thing. It went to court and was thrown down by the Constitutional Court. And deemed null and void. And have to be amended, severely amended, for it to pass. The most critical part of the NIDS bill was changed. Couldn't stand Jamaica. The people have a track record in doing these things. Sharon Smith, how you doing? They have a track record doing this. You feel what I say? When you wake up and stop talking about green and orange and all this foolishness, every single person is going to be affected by this bill. On the pitney are going to be affected on the pitney in a negative way, and we have to pay back their money, and it has to make sure that it is spent in a way that we are the beneficiaries of it. We don't want to trickle down. We want direct effect, where we can feel that blouse and skirt they say to benefit the people of Jamaica. We don't want no trickle down like kings throwing crumbs to their indigent servants. Huh? No, it cannot work, Samantha. It cannot work. And the people them to stand up and make their voices be heard. Andrew want to see man say, raise your voice in concert against the government and the corruption where them are going with. So you better start raising the voice from now. Anybody who quiet in at this time and know this now, just know say no. History will remember you. History will remember you. Anybody that supported this bill as it stands, because you know deaf, dumb and blind, and because you not talk about una die-hearted and all of this crap. History will remember you. Me see people already ready, you know. We're so vindictive for persons who put back in this government, you know. If you don't want water for drink, right now to order and read them Bible, they won't even go water for drink. Because you know it's so ignorant. And I dash it in them face, but one payment continue to do the same thing. If you don't want water for drink, they're not giving it to you. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm telling you, that is where it's at with a lot of people. Them not feed you if you're not hungry. They want to know if you feel the blouse and skirt pain. Where you put them through and put on yourself through. So you can stay there, go on with no die-hearted foolishness and not suffer hungry. People are talking about me there and I raise my blood pressure. They think say, because me directly I feel the things that I feel, why me concerned. It's because I'm wise and I have a heart. Me know say once it happen to one Jamaican, it happen to everybody. It not just happen to you. If it happen to you, it happen to me. So you see man in Westmoreland named Bongo, we are 78-year-old and homeless and nobody not gonna access his house yet and him don't get no money from the government. If you build back nothing, Andre Stevens start look money right now for him. If he go get one house and roof over and head, the man hard working, the man a one farmer. And him is one of many people. Yeah, one ex-elder woman must say Hanover Westmoreland. When we see them put on the media, these are the people we see. Oh my God, the lady I live on, I want to look at something. No roof over her head, Jamaica. 6 months, 7 months after the storm. And you're telling me this is a caring government. And then Narra is the answer. There's nothing in Narra for the poor. They are not mentioned in it. Nothing in there for them. They will not get no direct development from Narra. If you're not $15 million US, you can't come talk to the government, but no development. It have to do with outside infrastructure, parks and what they call it, government building a new parliament. Oh, new parliament coming at this and people homeless. Oh, the hell new parliament coming at this. Eh? And people homeless down at West Hanover, St. Elizabeth and St. James. And on the roof over their head. The most vulnerable. If you are one elder and you support this government and what them do, may I tell you say, God is going to deal with you. You not gonna feel it, you know? You not gonna feel it because you don't care about the other elder them as long as money are going to phone pocket because you not connected to the Jamaica Labour Party in some capacity. You don't feel alright and okay while other people are suffer. You can't stay there, stay selfish. God, me tell you say, God is moving already. You just not see it. God is moving already. A judgment upon the Labour Right Party. May I tell you, it is coming. It is happening. It is happening. Whole heap of things them involved in the outside of this Narra bill with them spiritual wickedness. And God is coming for them. You know, hear what the Bible say? When a leadership follow God, the nation is exalted. That is how you get true prosperity. You see prosperity in Jamaica for everybody? Under this government under 10 years? No. That is a rhetorical question. If people them run out of Jamaica, they not even want to stay here. Run them around. Every chance they get them gone foreign. And them not coming back. Them not coming back. And them same man run gone foreign after you help their local family out here. So. You understand what I say? The reality is grim, ladies and gentlemen. Daryl Vaz run out and come talk about fuel prices gone up and rate. I mean, listen, we can really get into it. Like every system has been eroded. Every governance decision that this government has made has affected the people negatively. Look on the edge tax. The edge tax still get collected, but the man them never fund. The insurance on the fuel. So now all our food prices then gone up me first, you know, because of them, you know, and them incompetence, you know. All of the food prices them gone up. Water, everything. All of your food them. Nobody talk about ground food, you know, because from the storm lick, you know, St. Elizabeth, you know, and them place there, you know, the bread basket, you know. You know, say everything gone up. How mother say she see in a supermarket for how much money? Mommy, I will say see in a supermarket for how much money again? In mommy, I will say see in a supermarket for how much money again? Or the market? Apple, how much for apple them? How much for Jamaican apple them? Huh? Where say how much for Jamaican apple them in the market? How much? $60? Lord have mercy, me talk about $60. Jamaica, my mother says she see apple in the market for $600 a dozen. Make we do the maths. That's a $50 apple, you know. Jamaica is bad. Jamaica, it is bad. $50 an apple, Jamaica. Only thing say now gonna get worse. As fuel costs go up and people have to transport them goods come a market, the price them have to go up. Transportation and increase automatic. They have to make back something for buy food for themselves and pay them bills. $600 a dozen for apple. Mighty God. So my mother tell me to them I couldn't believe me. I said, what? $600? If you have 1 dozen apple? It can't be so bad, but it is. It's soon gone 1,000. If it continue on the trajectory that we are, it's going to go to 1,000 eventually. Mark my word. Because famine is coming on the land. So scarcity is going to make the prices of things go up. And then the accessibility to fuel is also affecting the economy. And that's going to be a real thing if this war in Iran continues. There are so many variables for us to consider. And the government is putting what? More pressure on us by taxing the hell out of us. Taxing the hell out of us. Instead of easing the burden, the man then put more pressure and put more force with them foot pound neck. And now come with a Narra bill, notorious for potential corruption and criminality. And we must be okay with this. Are you mad? Madness, man, no come man do better than that, man.
It doesn't
Talk to me nice, man.
Quite frankly,
Joke thing on the depend, brother.
I think there's a very easy fix for this, quite frankly. I believe that what we could do is simply include in the legislation actual pre-approval consultation. Yes? So that that mechanism is encompassed in the law itself. Madam Speaker, whether it is UHWI, Market Me, Cornwall Regional, CMU, WHI, Nessal, Petrojam, the purchase of used school buses, the lack of transparency, the questions around oversight.
Yes.
Loom large.
Yes.
They loom large. And then I look under part 2 of the bill, clause 7, and I see that the minister may appoint a committee to examine and report to the minister on any matter arising out of or connected with any other authority's powers. But that is may. First of all, I believe that Narra needs a proper oversight committee, where that appointment is not made, but shall, in terms of these kinds of reports and there should also be a mandatory reporting cycle to Parliament, as the opposition leader and others have signaled and suggested. So, Madam Speaker, as I take my seat, I want to say that all of what I have placed on the table does not leave me with a level of trust that would have me voting for this Narra legislation in its current form.
No way.
Without specific clauses in the legislation to ensure greater transparency and accountability.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, it's my children and grandchildren. It is going to be the people of Southwestern Andrew, in fact, all Jamaicans, who are going to bear the burden of repaying this debt.
That's right.
Thank you.
One Angela Brownberg. This presentation is what rubbed them the wrong way, ladies and gentlemen. Jennifer, Thank you for the rose. This presentation is what rubbed them the wrong way. Ilula. What? Ilula. Damn. Ilula. You know, Miss Macri. Or Macri, big up yourself. Me not tie up my tongue on that name there. That name there mash me up. Me not tell no lie. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. You know, like up the live people on YouTube and TikTok. 23,000 likes. Oh, Samantha, behave yourself. 23,000 likes. We must can get more likes than that by now, man. Una move slow this evening. This morning, me dey on the live on TikTok alone, and I tell you, say almost 100,000 likes we get. People are gonna go on good. And less people than this one watch me. No, I lie. At some point, they reach more than this. Yeah, man. Reach over 140 people or something like that on TikTok. Legris, we are dealing with. Bless up, you know. How you doing? Now, let me get to this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to this.
Financials, and this is after the fact.
Wild programming to bring you breaking news from out of Parliament. Yesterday, the mace was touched. Yes, touched. So we came here to Parliament to check on the mace to see how the mace is doing. Hello, mace. Tell us what happened.
I was minding my business, as one does, symbolizing authority as we colonial vestiges do, when suddenly I was lifted.
Lifted? Oh, really? Wow. How did that make you feel?
Well, I must say it was rather shocking. Quite the disturbance. I haven't experienced such contact in years.
Not since Edmund Bartlett.
But you're fine though, correct?
Yes, I am fine.
Well, there you have it. We can all settle down now because the mace is fine. Now let's talk about what really happened, because before the mace became the headline, members of Parliament were trying to speak. Angela Brown-Burke was ignored when she tried to speak. Mark Golding, ignored. Philip Paulwell, Omar Newell, Isat Buchanan, Mike On, standing, sometimes they were heard.
And Mr. Kenneth Russell was ignored as well. Dana, what's up? You just a reach? Like and share. You have to watch the replay now, Dana. This is an extensive live stream in terms of breakdown. Trust me. Comprehensive and extensive.
Sometimes they weren't. They tried to catch a speaker's attention.
No, it doesn't make sense to turn on your mic again, member. We are finished.
But sometimes they were even asked to state why they needed to speak. Before they could even speak, they were asked to confirm whether their point was new before their...
So Jamaica, the Jamaican people is not being heard in the Parliament. Their voices is being suppressed by the Speaker of the House, and the civil society group's voice is being ignored as well. The Jamaica Labour Party is ignoring every single concern of the Jamaican public. They want to operate with impunity, no, not answering to anybody, but them come. Andrew Owen is coming up last September 3rd, you know, and humble himself in the moment for beg or no, for put him back in a power. And him get where he want, essentially. And now him come with him iron fist again. And then 5 years from now, if this continue, he's going to do the same thing. Or maybe he's just going to put himself into law where he is the king and he trumps the constitutional rights of the people, and you guys lay down and take it. And if the PMP and them was the same, guess what? They would get away with it. You was doing a garden, planting vegetable. That's what you mean. You're going good. DIY say, we're tired of them now. Hey, I don't think the Jamaican people is tired of them enough. You see the challenges that the people are facing financially in Jamaica. You see in any other country, the approaches that this government has taken. I'm telling you, persons will be knocking at the door of the Prime Minister in drones. If them they tired. If Jamaican people they really tired of this government, then would have their Parliament every day, pack up out the door and listen. And anytime them do no foolishness in the Parliament, the people them would have make them presence be felt and make them know so we can reach out and touch them, you know. If the people them at Jamaica they serious, they would have let their voices be heard in the realest way. Uncle Mark, me say the people in quiet, people in just a take his sufferation and just a galang so. You know how much labor writers suffer and attack? And I tell them PMP friend. Huh? And some of them who me know now go talk to me, you know, because they know say me have one platform. Them now go talk to me. Me might hear them have one conversation and me hear sketch what them a say. And them a burn out the government and them a suffer. Some of them might all watch me right now. You understand me? And me did say could me not even say nothing to them because at some point you have to come to your own self-realization. And because you know me, it's harder for me to talk to you. You understand? Because big up yourself, Rev. Rev seminar suffer. Thank God for that, Rev say you not suffer. But you labor right. Okay, that is good. But a whole heap of them are suffer Jamaica. And let me tell you, it's not even a fault of their own, you know. Some of them they in the Hurricane Melissa area we get damage. Whole heap of labor right down there suffer. Them not talk Sharon. Them quiet like a lamb. Remember me tell you that. All in making them party no look bad. Yeah, that's all. To keep this facade. Say Andrew Wallace is doing great for the country. Did you guys listen? Talking this and talking that before we go back to this. Did you guys listen to Damian Crawford's speech? His sectorial debate about education? Did you guys care to listen of the gory details of how our education system is failing? None. It not, well, failed and is failing even further. Did you guys listen? Do you guys know that Damian Crawford has taken the government to court because they have breached the Constitution in their dereliction of duty to children having access to basic school and primary school education for free based off the Constitution? Jamaica is really terrible, you know. It's not even bad, it's really terrible. Imagine 9 more students passed and they had a hoorah. Dana Morris Dixon had a hoorah and went on a press briefing and said, yes, you know, things are going in the right direction. Why? Because 9 more students passed than we passed last year. Miss, who is your parents? They must be, I mean, they got to be disappointed in you. And if they are not, I am disappointed in them. How can you, in good faith, as the Minister of Education, she's not slow. She's doing it on purpose. She's not slow. It's all in the aim of keeping the status quo. You know, this facade that them keep up about the performance of the Jamaica Labour Party, and Jonas in particular, because they want to make him king. Zane, and I mean literally. And this bill is one step in that direction for them. Mr. Lambert Brown was in the Senate the other day, and he said, you know, it's kind of funny. I have not heard anybody say Dr. the Right Honorable or the Most Honorable Andrew Onus in their speeches. I mean, are you guys okay? And he's mocking them, you know. He's mocking them. And it's to show that they all have to keep in line with this facade to praise Andrew Onus every chance they get. And Dana Morris Dixon is one of those persons that she definitely answered the call in the Senate. And she thought it was funny, but it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, Jamaica. Embarrassing.
Their microphones were turned on by the speaker.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against?
Hold on, man. But
divide. Clark?
Who is that in the background and say, hold on, the man, but that is Mr. Kenneth Russell. She was running past the thing, Jamaica, just blazing past the thing because she just want to go home. She tired of sitting at the parliament for 11 hours and do real work as a speaker of the house. Unprofessional, dictatorial, communist-like, shutting up the opposition, not giving them the time to speak, right? That's why you hear him in the background so that.
In favor?
Aye.
Those against?
Hold on, man. But
Divide. Clark?
You can see Mr. Kenneth Russell face visibly frustrated, like, what the hell is going on? Why am I not being recognized? Why can't I get to speak? It's not him alone. Why you think there's so much noise in the background? They might try to get to the speaker and say, yo, they want to say something, and she ignore them. Thus the mace was taken up, ladies and gentlemen. The beating where the People's National Party gave them politically with those presentations. They couldn't take the pressure. You see, the Jamaica Labour Party is inherently a bully, you know. You know what a bully hates? When you stand up to the bully. They can't stand it. It shows that they're weak and insecure. You understand? And that's what the People's National Party did. Right? Donito, you can keep your opinion here. You can't convince me of that. Because anyhow it wasn't for the People's National Party goodness, you would be a slave right now under the needs. Anyhow it wasn't for the People's National Party goodness, if it wasn't for them defending the people of Jamaica, the needs would have passed in its unconstitutional form and you would be abused by the government. So don't come to me with that foolishness in my comment section about the two parties no good. Rubbish. Go do some reading and learn something and stop talk crap. I'm not standing for it in my comment section. The evidence is too advanced and it's just too much to come with such a basic argument with nothing to back it up. You understand? And we can just look at the Narra bill. We can just look at the Narra bill. You know, you never have to delete in comment. But I don't have a problem with it, Dana Whittaker. Right? If you look at the Narra bill and how it's opposed by the People's National Party, you cannot tell me that none of them is no good. One of them is clearly. Whoever said that is no good, thank you so much, Sassidi. Whoever said that is no good. Not one of them is for the people. They are no good. Alright, so niggas, yeah man. Big up yourself. That type of crap now coming in my comment section. Right? Let's continue.
Please carry on. No.
You hear Philip Powell how much time? You hear Philip Powell how much time? Madam Chair, Madam Chair, Madam Chair, Madam Chair. And listen to the response.
No, leader of opposition business. Do you have a different point?
So she ignored Philip Powell and said, no. Leader of opposition, do you have a different point? The disrespect. This is what caused the mace to lift up. Right? And it appears as if some type of powers there in the mace where she get upset about the way she got demonstrative about it. Some witchcraft, some high science in the maze. Papi, Papi praise. Thanks to the Father. Sharon said, anyone who say the two parties are the same, that's a lie. PMP always the better party. No, it's not even, listen. Listen, it's easy. Somebody said Juliet needs to go back and market. Yo, hey, me love you one more time. Hey, TikTok, a 90 and I want there. Seriously, for the next 10 minutes, we need the next 20,000 likes. Big up yourself, Papi Praise. We need the next 20,000 likes. So everybody, the 91 hour, if everybody hit the like button same time, like this, double tap the screen like this, on TikTok, we can get there fast. May I set the timer? I may have a stopwatch from over there. Stopwatch at work, you know. Timer in 1, 2, 3, go. 10 minutes. We can get to the 50,000 likes in 10 minutes if everybody on the live tap up the screen same time. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you have a different point?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
They were interrogated before being allowed to contribute.
Unbelievable.
This didn't start with the mace. It started with voices not being heard.
Exactly.
And this is not new.
Exactly.
This has been happening for sittings under a speaker who is selective and increasingly getting comfortable sidelining opposition voices.
Yes.
And if you don't believe me, take a look at this.
It's important to be fair. It's difficult.
How you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Formosa Fantasy in the building. What's up?
As a speaker, because I make every effort to maintain that balance. However, it still has to be appreciated that to become speaker.
Drop a link in the chat, Formosa, to your channel. All right, guys, follow Formosa Fantasy. All right. You want to get your makeup done for your weddings, you know, all different types of function, professional. Right now, she's going back to school to get recertified on upper levels. You get what I say? She's very passionate about what she does, and she's very serious about what she does. So drop a link in the chat, Formosa. But listen to Juliet Onis on this interview. And I really want to thank Nikisha Burchell. This was an excellent presentation of the facts, and it puts everything into context. You understand? Formosa, put your two channels your two channels, the new one and that one, in the link in the comment section. All right. Richard, big up yourself. Pablo say, tell them to show you one freedom that they do. One freedom that they do for Jamaican people. All freedoms happen under the PMP. Oh yeah, that is an excellent point. No bastard, no there. The fact say, you know, anybody can go to any one of these top schools. Is because of the PMP. All the freedom, all the social programs that matter, that has been changing lives forever. It happened under the People's National Party. You have told no lies. That is historical record. You understand what I say? And if you do some reading, what you say? Me never say it uncertified. Me say you're going through, you know, your upgrade. Like you did a PhD and you decide say you did a doctorate and you decide say I'll get a PhD. You did done certified already. Me never said that. I never told them that you were not certified. I told them that you were passionate and certified and you are at school now, you know, raising your certification to another level in terms of your skill. It's just like an electrician. He's a certified electrician, but they didn't go do him level 4 because him there level 3. That's all I was saying. All right? So she set the record straight, ladies and gentlemen. From 2013, she's been certified and she's been doing her thing. That's Formosa Fantasy. Why is she still there? She has not one bit of fairness in her. She's very silly and is showing. No, she's not silly. She's a monster Jezebel. She has proven to be a monster Jezebel. She has earned the description of a Jezebel. Yeah. TikTok, 4 minutes gone. We have 6 minutes left. We know we can get to the 50,000. Let's go. Press it. Everybody, double tap the screen. Press it. Let's go.
I've learned it is important to be fair. It's difficult as a speaker because I make every effort to maintain that balance. However, it still has to be appreciated that to become speaker, I ran on a party ticket, and to remain speaker, to remain an MP, I will have to run on a party ticket again.
So Juliet Owens is telling you where our priorities lie. It's not in maintaining fairness as Speaker of the House. It's maintaining power as an MP. And that trumps maintaining fairness as the Speaker of the House. So when she's operating as the Speaker, she has to facilitate her support base when they watch her saying, yes, defend us, protect the JLP, you're doing a great job, hold on the PMP, shut them up, make them look bad, disrespect them, because she's catering to her support base. Let me play it again. I never saw this clip until Nikisha Burchell put it out. Listen to it.
And if you don't believe me, take a look at this.
I've learned it is important to be fair. It's difficult as a speaker because I make every effort to maintain that balance. However, it still has to be appreciated that to become speaker, I ran on a party ticket, and to remain speaker, to remain an MP, I will have to run on a party ticket again. So you have to sort of balance that.
Now let's add some context. This is not the first time that the mace has been handled. The last time, Edmund Bartlett picked it up and ran through the door with it. So let's ask the question, was there a meltdown then?
4 minutes left, guys. 4 minutes to get to the 50K. When I get close, so go and press. Go and press.
Was there shouting outside, as if you're shooing a dog?
Marshall, please. Angela Brown-Burke, I name you. Outside.
Oh, that sound like somebody talking to another human being, or them a talk to one dog. Oh, that sound, Jamaica. Does that sound like somebody talking to another human being, or does that sound like somebody talking to a dog? Our dog piss her off, right? And go in at the house and go defecate on our table. Get outside. Huh? And the audacity, the vulgarness of it all, even after the fact, for the Jamaica Labour Party, pundits, Sharpneck Abka, and the next one in Marlon Morgan, I come talk about the People's National Party leader should apologize, and Dr. Angela Brown-Burke should apologize. Let me tell you something. Any apology is void based off how she spoke to Dr. Angela Brown-Burke. On a damn out of order. There will be no apology. Put that in on the pipe and smoke it. There will be none. Tell Andrew to apologize to the people of Jamaica for being uncertified and still run September 3rd. Tell him to apologize and step down. Tell him to apologize for all of the nonsense that go on in our constituency with Paul Buchanan and that whole election. Tell him to apologize for that. Tell him to apologize for not removing Juliet Owens as Speaker of the House, knowing it was a conflict of interest and knowing what they already plotted to turn this country upside down. You're up on the next channel now, sweetie. To turn this country upside down and turn it into their own party shop and family business. Tell him to apologize for that. She a butu, yes. A butu behavior, this is not a joke. No, listen, Jamaica, darling, that goes without saying. You know, say Pablo, you need to relax. Not like that. Not like that. Angela Brownberg no business about him. Not like that. Right? Not that thing like that. You know, you see that. Choose Bliss, thanks for the follow. Zane, thanks for the follow. Yeah, she's operating like a Jezebel, man. Cookie wagwan, big up yourself. Jamrock. In Bahamas, a man throw the mace through the window. The same thing them for do. Dash it to in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean somewhere. Yes, try throw it all the way back over England. I come talk about touch mace. Like say, yo, she commit one crime. You revere mace. You not protect the mace and not protect the citizens of Jamaica. From the police, them are unalive them. Huh? Them care more about the mace. Tell them if you apologize, we tell the people them say, oh yeah, we have 50K, thank you. Just over 10 minutes. You guys did it. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you. Right? Big up the TikTok family. Right? We have 50K now, so we can concentrate on gifting if we don't like. Zane, let me pin my live goal. How long me there now? 2 hours? 2.5 hours me there. Veronica, how you doing? No apology from Angela Brownberg, and definitely no apology from Mark Jefferson Golden. Mark Jefferson Golden need to be apologized to by the Speaker of the House. The man was midway in ending his contribution, and the lady cut off the man mic. This lady is she's unbearable. Kaya Omega, she is unbearable. She's suffocating. She's like a pillow over the face of democracy that is laying down. She's trying to unalive democracy. Of course, she's unfit. Althea, how you doing? Joy Barnes. Once a Jezebel, always a Jezebel. Not true. Sassy say Lego beast that mighty God. No, sir.
Shall please, Angela Brownberg, I name you. Outside.
Jamaica, even if you watch the clip and you look on her face, she's so ugly. You can't see demon them turn up in her face. Yes, she's very ugly. Very ugly indeed.
Marshall, go for her.
This lecture will reveal a
go for her like a one dog. You know when a mafia boss in a movie tell a man say, yo, go take care of that. I saw she talk to the man, Marshall. Thank God say Marshall the absence. Thank God say Marshall have some conscience, some godly conscience, and can read the room. Marshall, you are a professional, sir. I applaud you. Because if you did put your hand on Angela Brownberg, it would be a bangarang. It would be a bangarang. It would be a bangarang. It wouldn't stop the saying. Angela Brownberg is very well loved, you know. It would be a bangarang. And that is not a threat. You understand? It's just the reality. The people all over Jamaica love Angela Brownberg, you know. If you did make the mistake and make Bigfoot set you up, figure do the wrong thing. Listen. As a security officer, as a police, and anybody in that type of capacity, you must operate within the parameters of the law. Even when you're carrying out your duties, you cannot be void of the law. Marshall cannot assault Angela Brownberg to come out of the parliament. Cannot do it. This is a government official, an elected official. But the way how Juliet only spoke, look on her face. Watch it, demon turn up. Let me screenshot that. Mighty God. Watch it, demon on the woman face. No, man. Let me take a screenshot of this. No, we stop it. Don't want to see her. You want to see her. You can see the morphine on her face. You can see it on the screen. The way how the woman look. Where you say? Pat Clarkton, this towel?
Outside. Marshall, go for her.
Go for
Was
her.
there panic?
Marshall, go for her. Outside.
No, it was handled calmly. So what changed? Is it the action or is it the person? Because yesterday, the reaction wasn't just firm. It was immediate, forceful, absolute, not calm management of the house. This was personal.
Yes.
Angela Brownberg didn't wake up and decide, hey, today I'm going to move the mace. I feel like I want to touch the mace.
No.
She tried to speak on a number of occasions in this very sitting. And when you suppress people's rights long enough, they will find a way to be heard. Now understand this. Yesterday was not just any debate. This was a bill that gives the Prime Minister and the Cabinet extraordinary power. Power to decide which projects move forward and which don't, which road gets fixed and which community gets left behind. No independent board, no meaningful oversight. The Prime Minister selects the CEO and then can override that CEO anytime and on any matter. And then there's indemnity, which means no prosecution, no accountability, no consequences, no prison time. Untouchable. So when the opposition tried to challenge this, there was no room for interruption, no room for dissent. This space for debate was tightly controlled by a heavy-handed and partisan chair. And frustration boiled over. Now that the meltdown is over, the mace is secured, let's ask something more important. Is the voice of the people being heard?
No.
Is Parliament allowing real debate? Or is control being masked for order?
Yes.
Because yesterday...
No, and yes.
It felt like the mace was being protected.
Yes.
The relics of our colonial past was being protected. But the voices were not.
That is it. Every single member of Parliament is the voice of the people in their constituency. The voices of every single member must be heard. And that cannot be taken for granted. If that is happening, then democracy is being derailed. Period. The Speaker of the House needs to be removed. And we see why they were upset. Because Dr. Angela Brownberg crushed all of them can in our speech to show us why they cannot be trusted with a power like the Narra bill. The way it is constructed. They cannot be, as a matter of fact, even if they were trustworthy, you should not trust anybody with that type of power. With no oversight. The business of politics is not a trust thing in all cases. Where oversight, strict oversight can be implemented, it should be. For transparency and accountability. And that's what the Jamaica Labour Party is trying to avoid. Transparency and accountability. What's going to happen, Veronica? Yes, there will be some court action. I am almost certain will be taken by the People's National Party to block this this bill. Yeah man, from going forward. Unconstitutional. You understand? Yeah.
Mace is fine. The real question is our democracy fine?
Our democracy is definitely not fine. Definitely not fine.
The following is a release of...
Sorry about that. My bad. One more system I want to play and then I'm going. Oh yeah, this was Angela Brownberg.
You are losing your must.
This was a release from her in the newspaper after that day.
For what will
I start by accepting that my actions on Tuesday did not accord with acceptable parliamentary procedure. I also acknowledge under the circumstances that the decision of the House is in keeping with certain orders. Having said that, however, it arose in the context of a heated discussion that we were having around a critical piece of legislation and our attempts to be heard under the circumstances. And I think context matters while we uphold the rules of the House. At the same time, I would not want that to distract unduly from the important points that we were making about the lack of transparency and accountability, the kind of unfettered powers that we saw with Narra, because trillions of dollars we're talking about. That is a debt to be borne by us and our children and grandchildren.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that we are doing it right and that we're putting in the safeguards that are required.
So while I've been having my regular morning coffee, I've been reflecting on what took place in Parliament on Tuesday night. And I can't help but notice the hypocrisy, the selective outrage, and the constant politicking coming from members on the government side. And yes, even the House Speaker. Because many of you woke up to the headlines and the sound bites about the mace, a carefully packaged version of events, what happened, what didn't happen, but with absolutely no context. And that's not by accident. That is political maneuvering. So yes, Dr. Angela Brownberg touched the mace, and the JLP is out here acting like she committed some grave offense. But what nobody wants to talk about is what actually happened before the moment. So on Tuesday night in Gordon House, the committee of the whole House was sitting, going through the Narra bill, clause by clause. Dr. Angela Brownberg, MP for St. Andrews Southwestern, wanted to speak. That is literally her job. She pressed her button the correct way, the proper parliamentary way. She pressed it again and again and again. And she called to the speaker, not once, not twice, but 5 times. She tried to get the speaker's attention. And the speaker ignored her every single time.
Yo.
No, just imagine you're at your workplace, you have something important to say about a matter that affects the people who you serve, and the person chairing the meeting just look past you, like you're not even there. How would that actually make you feel? No. This is where it gets worse, because it wasn't just that Dr. Angela Brownberg was being ignored. The speaker, Juliet Holness, was heard making derogatory comments through all of that. You could hear the dislike in her tone. The way she spoke to Dr. Brownberg was dismissive. It was rude, and it was just beneath the dignity of the office that she holds. So a speaker's role, and let me be very clear, right, is to be neutral. The speaker is supposed to be the referee in that room, not a player, not someone carrying personal feelings into professional spaces. The chair is supposed to protect the rights of every member, both government and opposition alike, right? So that they can be heard. But this is not the first time. This is a pattern, a continued documented pattern of the inability to separate personal from professional. A pattern of bias, a pattern of disrespect aimed at members of the opposition, and it's been going on for far too long. Enough is enough.
Yes.
Now, when you can hear the content in someone's voice, when you can feel the partiality in how the chair runs a sitting, that is a problem. That is a serious, serious problem. Now, let me tell you something about this mace that everyone is so up in arms about. The parliamentary mace is a ceremonial object, essentially a decorated staff that sits in the chamber during official sittings. It represents the authority of the speaker and the legitimacy of parliament to conduct its business. So without the mace present, constitutionally, parliament cannot sit. So yes, touching the mace is a big deal symbolically. I'm not going to pretend it isn't, but here's what I actually need you to understand. The mace is also a relic of our colonial past. That object with all its pomp and ceremony was inherited from the Westminster system, the British Parliament. Yes, It's a representation of the sovereign or crown. We carried it over, rules and all, into our independent nation. And there is a growing legitimate conversation across the Caribbean and the Commonwealth about what symbols we choose to keep, what we choose to challenge, and what they truly represent for post-colonial peoples. I'm not saying Dr. Angela Brownberg was right to touch it, but what I'm saying is, why did it get to that point? What drove a seasoned, experienced parliamentarian to that moment of frustration? That is the question. No, the JLP wants to make Dr. Brownberg the villain of that incident in the last sitting. They want to talk about the mace, about standing orders, about parliamentary privilege. Fine. But where is the press release about a speaker who ignored an MP's right to speak? Where is the condemnation of derogatory comments being made from the chair? Where is the outrage about years of impartiality being compromised? The rules of parliament exist to protect everyone, not just the party in power. Yes. And when the very person who's supposed to enforce those rules is the one breaking the spirit of fairness, you don't come and get to only quote standing orders when it's convenient for you.
No, you don't.
No. Dr. Angela Brownberg did not wake up on that day, Tuesday, and decide to cause a scene for fun. She's a woman who was repeatedly ignored, talked down to, disrespected in a room where she has every right to be heard. And when you push people past their limit, when you treat professionals like they don't matter, eventually, something gives. Now, the people of Jamaica deserve a parliament that works for all of them. They deserve a speaker who walks into that chair and leaves their personal politics at the door. They deserve a chamber where opposition voices are heard just as clearly as government voices. So, before you form your opinion based on a headline, ask yourself, what happened before the mace was touched? Who was ignored? Who was disrespected? And who is being held accountable for that? I want you to think about it.
Man, shout out to Peter Gay Ferguson, man. Hot and Spicy Janet, big up. Sassy, foremost of fantasy, all my moderators. The word is love. Before you go on YouTube, I want you to share this video with 5 people. Share it in your WhatsApp with 5 people. So press the share button and share it with 5 people. All right, guys? And share it on your status for me, so persons can catch the replay. Can you guys do that for me before you go? And if you haven't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. For persons on TikTok, I have a mission for you as well. I need you to click the link in my bio, go to my page, this same page I'm live on. Click my face right here somewhere at the top of the screen there. You click Bolo VNR, you're going to see a link to my YouTube page. I want you to subscribe to the YouTube page. All right, yes, Bolo VNR 2.0, subscribe. All right, I need to get to like 40K subs. That's my new push. And for Bolo VNR clips, if you haven't subscribed over there, subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. I need to get to 10,000 subs. All right, and thank you to all the new subs. People subscribe every day. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And please say hi in the comments. Let me know where you guys are watching, where you guys are watching from. Give me some feedback on the content and all of those things. It's very important to have those engagements. And never forget to like and share the video. All right, guys. The word is love. I will be on tonight at 10:30 or 11 p.m. All right. So you can tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to come through. Okay. Where we'll further our discussions into some other area of Jamaica land we love, ladies and gentlemen. Lastly, yes, I will be dropping a video at 7:30 p.m. on Bolo VNR clips and Bolo VNR 2.0. All right, it's a must see. Check it out, and check out my other 2 videos that I posted this morning at 7 and 10:30 p.m. Check those out as well if you haven't already. God bless you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful Monday evening and a wonderful and safe Monday night. See you later. Thanks for coming again. Appreciate y'all. TikTok, YouTube, big up on yourself.